What's happening, people of the world? Welcome to episode number 30 of the Whiskey and Wade Show. Landmark. I'm your host, Tommy Mac.
And I'm your better host, Tyrone McKenna.
And you know the crack. We are in association with the finest whiskey in the land. That's Beautiful. Dragon Claw. So you do not want to miss out. These are limited edition series right now. Get yourself a bottle online. Go on the whiskeyandweight.com for more info. Also
they're also doing like events constantly in different venues down in town where you can taste the Dragon Claw. You don't have to buy a bottle and risk not liking it, but you will like it.
Yeah, 100%. It's not even a risk.
Go down, take a wee swirl, see if you like it, and then buy a couple of bottles.
Yes, indeed. So today, right, the topic of the show is going to be, what is the stupidest reason that you broke up with a partner? Now, we've put this question out to the public. We've got a number of great responses, but I've got a few that I want to put on the table so we can go a wee bit deeper. Have you got a few as well?
I've got a few. We both have a few. We don't know what his one is.
Yeah.
Don't know what my one is. But we've got a few. We're going to discuss them. But first, let's just get into what we usually talk about.
Yeah, that's later on in the show. So,
although, I think, I don't know if you've noticed, but you had to have noticed, but a new setup. Look at this setup. The Whiskey and Wade are making moves. Thanks to Sean.
We moved from there to there.
Our producer set this up. We brought our chair, the iconic chair that was on the live night. And he set up the background. I'm liking it. I'm digging it. It's more relaxed, more comfy. I feel chilled.
Yeah, it feels good. We take around home.
I don't know. It's just it was needed done. But what happened to you this week? What was the big McCarthy week?
Well, mate, the big thing this week, it was a joint venture with both of us, Whiskey and Wade, on the town. We weren't really on the town. We're down at Dadney's
again.
For Dahi's law celebration, for the donate for Dahi. Shout out Seth and Martin for inviting us. And I was disrespected in it, but the announcer, he's like, he was going around everyone, like, you know, getting words from the dignitaries.
Yeah, and he went round. He went to hockey person, then he went to Jimmy. It was all great. And then he came to the boxers table. You know, the boxers, the lads, the boxers. Paddy Barnes, Paddy. Did he call you Timmy?
No,
he did call you Timmy.
He knows me.
Okay, Timmy.
He knows me. Well, he called to try and drag me down.
Hello. He called you, and I sat there like, is this guy not going to call me out? And he called you. He said, come on, all the boxers get up here. And I was like, I'm not getting up there unless he knows I should be up there.
Prade's hurt.
Prade was hurt. Prade took a hit. But listen, I'm known as a podcaster now, so boxing's out the window. But it was good.
It was a great night. It was great to, you know, get it with our old mate, Jimmy Nesbitt.
Jimmy was there. What a laugh. I'm going to throw out there, a fucking legend. I love the guy.
Great guy.
Such a nice guy. He just doesn't feel like a celebrity.
See, when you become a celebrity, like, he is a top tier star. He's
a top tier
an Irish A-lister.
A-lister that acts like nobody knows him.
That's the way.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Like, if we ever get famous, that's the way you have to be. Just be normal. Go out, enjoy yourself. I am famous. That's what you were about to say.
I wasn't about to say.
What did you say?
I was about to say, I would just act the same.
Yeah, well,
Jimmy,
he's a brilliant guy.
I do you know what? Great name of him. Although we went early with him. Well, so did he actually.
Yeah, we met him early on. We met him about 5:30, 6.
He's a big fan of the Whiskey and Wade, which I like to hear. Big fan of it. A man of his stature.
See, that day, I was on Shane Todd's podcast, and it was just talking away, and then he was like, so what any plans for the weekend? I was like, me and Jimmy's going out for a few beer, right? He was like, no, you're not. No, seriously, I'm picking him up in a taxi. Where you going?
Shane, you don't drink. You'll not be going nowhere.
Leave it at Whiskey and Wade.
First of all, it was a standard night for McCarthy, because I want to bring this up, and this is the main thing. At the start, we walked in near the start of the action, not the damage, but the hall, and people started asking you for pictures. I don't know why you were serious or not. You started pushing people to say, I don't take pictures unless I get paid. Nah, I don't know if you're going to pay, because you didn't take a picture, but you walked away.
No man, no fun.
But that's
no cash, no flash.
That's not even the worst of it. So as a Rani like right. I was like right. Fair enough. He was making a joke. Wasn't too great, but
I was blacked out. What was going on?
But then this is the worst thing. We're all sitting on a table. There's 10 to the table, and well, it was all the boxers and the waves, and people are getting rounds in. And Tommy, Paddy McCrory's wife, Natasha, got a round in. Came over to Tommy. Tommy blocked. He's got a pint in front of him already.
No, not just a pint, because just to interject, like I always have to do with your tabloid news. People were buying me drinks like fuck. So I had about 5
he knows what I'm going to say here, right?
Like people just, well, Tommy, fucking boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I'm Mr. Famous.
Yeah. They didn't call my name with the box. Everyone was buying me pints. I had about 5 pints in front of me. Go ahead, continue.
But anyway, so he had a good few pints in front of him. Tasha came down with a pint for him. There's a pint for you, Tommy. Tommy literally went, as soon as she touched the glass down to the table, he lifted it, said thanks, walked over to Jimmy Nesbitt and said, "Here, Jimmy, got you a pint." And Natasha was just standing there like, is he fucking... The whole table was like, is he fucking nuts?
Well, like, in my defence, that should be the tagline of this show. In my defence, there was a number of pints sitting there, so, like I say, I was blocked and snattered.
You were? You got drunk pretty quick, so
I didn't know which one Natasha had just bought. So
the one that her hand was on? That she gave you?
But I was saying
the one she passed over to you.
I didn't know that one. But I also feel like I have to say it's in my defence too, before you go down this road. This was after I had got my round as well, so it wasn't like as if I was just
Tommy got around the waters.
And Tyrone, the sneaky dog. I'm not drinking. And then when it came to his round, double wagon and coke.
I hate fucking
that is true. Tyrone, you started off on the
You're just trying to start shit.
Listen, anybody can speak to who was at the table. You're on the Coke Zeros for a while until somebody else is paying.
Don't you know what?
Double Jack.
No.
But anywho, yeah. So that's what happened.
Double Jack? What is double wagon?
You were mixing it up. Anything going. But yeah, I have to. My wife actually shouted at me, but are you fucking serious? Like, Mrs. McCrory bought you a drink and you walked over me, sat and watched you go over and say, tap Jimmy on the shoulder, point to the beer that you just sat on the table, and I had, and then walked back and sat down.
I see the whole table was all so it was a wild move.
Apologies.
But
I appreciate
shout out Dahi as well for getting our law passed. He's a legend.
Yeah,
it was actually one of my first times actually properly meeting him. So
he punched the head. He
punched the head of everyone. He was going for it. And he boxed it. Was game on.
Right, get a picture. I picked them up. And if you go on my Instagram, you can see the.
I couldn't stop laughing. Me and Amy were watching it. Tommy, if anyone watches this and ever sees Tommy in public, touch his hair. He hates it. So
no, don't do it, Nancy.
So I was watching. He was grabbing his, drilling his hair like fuck, and Tommy was cracking up, but he couldn't crack up too much because of Dahi. So he was holding him and he's fucking grabbing his hair, and he's like, "Go away,
take him back, take him back."
But yeah, but it was good night.
It was good. Me and you rocked the floor as well.
We did. We done some great dance moves.
On the phone.
But another big thing that happened this week for me is I got a call up for, and if anyone knows me, sees my Instagram, whatever, knows I love cooking. I'm good at cooking, and I got a call up from Come Down With Me. Come Down With Me on the phone, but I have to turn them down, to be honest, because
it wouldn't be fair on a competition.
They asked do you have any experience. I was washing dishes. I got elevated from dishwasher to second chef within a couple of weeks. So
that's because they were desperate.
They were desperate to doing.
But you learned on the job. But you know what?
But they said
you can't cook.
I can't, and the date at the pro, I was buzzing. I was like, yes, I get to go on. I've really want. I don't even remember a plan, but I was really excited about going on. And then they said the dates, and the dates were the start of May, and I'm planning on fighting on either the end of May or the first week in June.
Yeah, so
and
it's conflicting.
If anyone has seen me lately, I've put on 32 pounds out of the loose. So going on come down me. I wouldn't be able to go boxing for a week.
You know what you could do, Tony, if you went on it, right, and you're cutting weight?
Eating salads.
Go into the people's houses and be like, I don't really like it. Then when in the car, go, listen, the food was a bit bland, it's not my cup of tea, I'm going to give these a 3. And you'll just bring all the contestants points down, and then you'll win.
But even the other thing is, you can't drink at it either. Like, if I'm on it, I can't drink because of boxing, so I'm a socially awkward person.
Yeah.
And with new people,
if
it's people I know, I'm alright. But if it's people I don't really know, I shell up, don't like talking, be weird, can't look at them. So wait a few drinks, I'll not get loosey goosey and I'll not be able to.
It'll be Clark Christ TV.
It would be genuine Clark Christ.
Like, I was slagging you about you were drinking Diet Cokes or Coke Zeros at the start of it, and then you switched up. But the real reason why Tyrone had to switch up because he was just being like,
I wouldn't talk.
Well, what about you, Tyrone?
I wasn't talking to anyone.
No, it was so
and I realised
weird.
that I was being a weirdo. I was like, because I'm off a drink, but I said, fuck it, I'm being a freak here. So
I had to force him. I had to Tyrone.
So
I get you a Coke Zero, put a wee sweetener in it.
Yeah, so he got me 2 of them, and it did loosen me up. I was able to talk and enjoy my night, and then we went home. But it was needed. I'm just an awkward guy.
Yeah. You're getting worse.
I am getting worse. I don't know what it's about, but
if you had have been able to do come down with me, what would you have cooked up?
Yeah, see, they put me on the spot just to do all these questions, and they were like, "What are you going to cook?" And I was like, "What starter, main, and dessert would you cook?" And I was like, "See what I would do."
Chicken soup, nice potatoes, and smiley faces.
I would do. I don't know what I would do for starter or dessert.
Fruit pasta lala today.
But the main, I think I used to watch Come Down all the time, and see the people do like a big platter of meat in the middle, you know, like a family style, fucking ribs, steaks, fucking chicken wings, all that shit. A big platter in the middle. People love that shit. So I would do something like that.
That's a good shit.
And then like wee sides, like potatoes, fucking all that shit, just all on the sides. I think I'd ruin it.
I'm a fan of Come Down With Me as well.
I think if you go too fancy and Come Down With Me, it fucks you, because a lot of people don't like my wife hates fancy food. Yeah. So like you have to keep it.
Have the happy medium.
Yeah, and I think family style barbecue kind of fucking shit is where you win the.
Listen, and I ain't being biased. Like, you can cook anything. So I think you would win it.
I think you'd win it, but I'm not in it.
You make the best smiley faces I ever tasted.
The best beans on toast. But I was gonna have, but I haven't even rejected it yet.
Yeah, holding fire.
I'm holding fire.
Let the hair sit.
We'll see when my fight date is actually released, but I think I will have to say noted, which is very unfortunate. I'm back training. I'm back losing weight.
You have to ask yourself the question: do you want to be a boxer or a chef?
Well, I'm coming to the twilight end of my career, so maybe chef is the way to go.
I want to be a boxer.
I want to be a chef.
No, so
listen,
do you have any plans after boxing? Now that we brought that up,
like podcasting full time.
Podcasting, that's it.
I'm gonna start putting out 2 a week.
Well, we already are physically on Patreon, but I know we've been for the Patreon lovers. We have slacked the last 6-7 days because
Tom's been training his balls off.
We've been flat out. There's been so much happening. My house is fucking upside down with the extension and shit. So, but we're back on the ball from today. Don't you worry. We're doing prank phone calls later. Yep. All the Patreons that mailed us with their mates' numbers, their mates' details, we are doing it right after the show for Patreon. So tune in for that. And if you aren't tuned in Patreon, get on it.
Yeah, it's £2 a month if you don't know.
I always wonder what the fuck am I going to do after boxing. I don't know. I couldn't work a real job.
Yeah, I used to wonder, but I just take it day by day, step by step.
You're not a boxer no more. You're a podcast.
I don't know. Listen, that's the one thing I've learned in life, or my experience in my life is stuff just happens all the time. So just let it happen.
Yeah, well, but some people have plans, and you're like I talk to other boxers, and like, yeah, I'm doing this course, and I'm like, fuck, I have nothing to fall back on. I'm just hoping I make a lot of money in boxing, or the podcast kicks off.
We've made enough.
Me, you, and Sean are rolling in it. But
Sean will be retiring from Search Party.
Aye. I'm thinking of my
Search Party be searching for him, searching for Sean will be.
I'm in the Cayman Islands.
With a camera.
Did you have any gigs this weekend?
Did I?
We usually talk about your gigs and how.
Did I talk about the boiler room? Was that last week? Did I already talk about that?
Can't remember.
When was the boiler room?
Where was that?
Strabane. The man with Paddy.
Nah.
Did I talk about it?
Was it the flop?
They haven't flapped yet. That's weird.
I'm waiting on the flop. Just
I know you're busting
just
for
to grief you on this.
You're busting for it. Now boiler room knocked it at the park. It was very, very good. 2.5 hours. Well, not 2.5. Maybe I'm in Ballyshanwee. It's about just under 2 hours to get to Strabane. Long journey. And I was going. Paddy usually drives. No, he just does. And he texts me. So who's driving tomorrow? Me or you? I says, I don't mind driving if you want. Right, sweet. It's up to you. And I
2
went,
hours, you thought, petrol money's
so see whenever I said I
days.
don't mind, he went, I don't mind. So I took the hint. So right, I'll drive. And my car was in the garage. And I said, here, Paddy, my car's in the garage, but if it's out in time, I'll drive. If not, you'll have to drive. And he's like, oh, no sweat, I'll drive. And Paddy's luck, my car was finished in time. I said, here, our car's finished, like, so if you need me to drive, he's like, you driving? And then, like he said, it was because it was too long of a journey.
I didn't realise it was that far.
Nor did I.
But fuck it. Listen, any upcoming events going on this weekend? No. It sounds like your career's taking a dip. You're usually booked up.
March was mental. March was flat till a map. Oh yes, that was the thing too. So I done Strabane and then AMC the Paddy Gals fight night lab versus PPT.
How was that? Mate?
Fights were good, but there was a couple of maniacs involved. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. But let's get into the topic of the day.
Okay. Yep.
We've got a new
the stupidest reason why you broke up with a partner.
So we've got a new segment going on every week. When it's solo, when we don't have a guest, obviously, we're going to be doing topics. So every week, if you check our Instagrams or socials, you'll see us asking questions, and then we're going to discuss them on the show. And this week we'll put up what is the silliest or stupid reasons that you've dropped your girl or been dropped, vice versa. And mine was on an anonymous app, so I don't know who the people were that mailed me saying this shit. But
well, I'm gonna name and shame the people who sent me.
He's prepared to name and shame who they are. So we'll go for one with you first. Will
I start, right?
There you go.
So this one is from Claire. So she was seeing this guy. He was a really cool guy, and he had a man bun, but it still looked cool and looked nice. And they went out.
Man, hold on. Already red flags when you see a man bun. Because man buns are the worst trend there's been in a while. Like I'd put that up as the 20th century worst trend.
Yeah, well, that's y'all's business.
I would know nothing about that.
He took the bobble out to fix the bun. When his hair went down, it gave her the ick. And then
I'm going to throw it. Sorry, I'm going to stop you repeatedly on the journeys. I actually have my notes. One of my biggest turn-offs is people using the word ick. I fucking hate it. I hate the word ick. I be ick.
I'm just quoting.
I know, I'm just talking. Let's just stop using the word ick.
Yeah.
It's turned off. I think ick is icky. It is.
Well, when he lads her and he gave her the ick, when he started to fix his hair back into the bobble. She was turned even more. And that was the end of it. Never talked to him again. Ghosted him. And he hounded her, but she just ghosted him.
I think that's a bit harsh.
I think it's slightly harsh as well.
Like, he had a man bun, so you knew he had long hair.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck the shanky does? Like, of course he's going to come down and he has to fix it. Like,
I would have understood if it was like, you see people with them sometimes and they fix it maybe like 3 or 4 times in an hour. You know what I mean?
Over excessive fixing
So
would
that
annoy
would
me.
have wrecked me.
That would annoy me over
But if it was just a once, like,
them constant doing it. But if it's one time, you know.
And if you like him, he's a nice guy.
But why start going if he's got long hair? If you don't like long hair,
Yeah,
you don't want someone to fix their hair. That's a mad one.
It was
You didn't name and shame, did you?
Claire.
You're crazy.
Crazy Claire.
I think that's not a bad ball. I think she should have stuck. She shouldn't have started going with him if she
There
don't
must have
like
been
long hair.
underlying reasons.
Yeah, I think there's a backstory to it.
Yeah, but it's
Great, maybe.
I don't think he deserved that. To be honest.
No, I don't think so. Well, I had a lot of DMs. There were a lot of random ones went through, but these are a couple of ones that I thought were good. It was a bit longer. There must have been maniacs who wrote this, by the way. But right, me and my girlfriend. This is a bit lengthy. Me and my girlfriend have been with each other 7 months, and we were out on Saturday night in the bar, and it turned into a heavy session. And when we got home, she conked out straight away. She was really, really drunk. And while I was trying to sleep, her phone kept on going off.
Dead
giveaway. I mean, if it's what time, 1 a.m, 2 a.m, whatever, it's a dead giveaway. If it's a good boom, boom. But anyway, kept on going off. Where am I? So I looked, and I seen it was from 2 separate Instagram mails from 2 different fellas.
Do you know what?
No, it's not even done yet, but go ahead.
Well, I've often said this, we've spoke about this, like, for a woman, no matter what she look like,
Just go get attention.
The weekend DMs must be crazy.
Yeah,
drunk people just shooting their shot all the time.
Like, women are always going to get constantly mailed. Like, it's a fact.
I don't know where this is going, but like,
I'd have thought the same.
Yeah.
It's a mail. You say fuck it,
Yeah.
but it turns out
Go ahead.
he wasn't happy with it,
Yeah.
and he wanted to see the meals.
Alright.
So I pulled her the next morning, and she showed me the messages, and one of the fellas had been talking to her for the last 2 or 3 months, and the other one only 2 weeks. Wouldn't say it was sexting. I sound like I'm saying sexting.
Yeah.
But sexting. But it was 100% not innocent. And we got in a big massive fight, and she said she just likes to talk to people online, fellas online, to kill time.
No.
Shoot, I bin her, lads.
Bin.
Throw in the bin. Kobe! Shoot your shot in the bin. Like,
Bin.
That's... It'd be alright if they're only going to meet her 7 months. It'd be alright if she was talking to fellas a year ago or something, and then just carried on in the early...
That's that new generation Gen Z crap. They were just talking, you know. If you want to talk to someone, talk to your mates. Like,
No, I just think...
why are you talking to strangers online?
I just think she shouldn't have been talking to a fella while she was in a relationship. Like a new
100%.
fella, if it was a person she knew already, then she could mail and talk away because she's known him for years. But a fresh, two new fellas, they'd give away red flags, and I'd be binning her
to the streets.
in the morning. So yes, whoever it was, Sammy, bin her in
Hard
the...
luck, buddy.
But listen, people are weak. People are weak.
She's not the one.
You'd probably give in and just stick it out.
But you know, that does the thing. Like, see, the overwhelming majority of men, they're gonna overlook a lot of stubbornness because the sake of putting a wussy. You know, they'll do anything.
do you know what? See, man. See, women, they have it good because if they're in trouble, they can just throw on the fucking, as you said, throw the leg over, just start being sexual, and you're going to forgive them. Because if you're angry, I've been angry before, and I'm horned about it. I'm like, fuck this, I'm scrapping that. Even if I'm in the right, I'm like, fuck it, I'm scrapping that. Just take it away. And then, but they've also got the other second thing, turning on the waterworks. They're in trouble. They turn on the waterworks, and then we look like the bad guy, and we're sorry.
Does that get to you?
That does get to me.
Don't get to me.
You're
I'm a cold ass pimp.
As soon as the waterworks going, I'm like, fuck.
Literally, but that is the fact. Like, men will overlook a lot of things for the sake of the punani. And like, even like a woman could have a friggin' fungal infection in her toenails, and a fella just say, "Hey, stick a pair of socks on there." They'll say, "Nam." Don't know what I mean?
Why would you?
That's what I'm saying. See, but like,
why wouldn't, Tommy?
But hey, you want to see?
Fuck me, dropping people with fungal infections.
No, we'll go here to Danielle.
Okay, Danielle, show us what you're talking.
Danielle was going with this guy for 3 months. They went to, I won't say the burger chain, unless they want to throw some money. Went for a burger anyway. The relish sauce squirted out of the bap. Went down his hand and he licked it off.
Fuck's sake.
Thunder. That was the end.
So, he had the burger and it went down
and
there?
it was going down and he licked it.
See, women, they're crazy picky.
That's what I'm saying.
Even women...
Fungal infection in the toenail, a relish on the hand.
No, that's even worse than the fungal infection.
No, that's fucking mental.
How are you supposed to eat? Like, can't fucking shit's messy. Like,
exactly.
I mean, what are you going to do if you go out for wings? You're going to have a fucking
napkin, please.
But like, that's fucking crazy. Girls are very self-conscious when they go out with you. Like, I've obviously been out with girls to eat, and if you've only started going, they're very shy are very self-conscious about eating. The weight that you're not looking and eat the burger because they don't want to get mayo.
What's that over there?
But you know what I mean? Like,
what's that?
I don't give a Superman. Shit if there's fucking barbecue sauce all over your hands, all over your face.
That is very, very what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but it's flat.
Are very hard on me. Like, the standards for women is so high. You have the money. You have to be 6 foot tall, be good looking. We're winning. I just see the wee thing the other week. The woman she's very pro men. This woman, I forget who she has a podcast. I forget her name, but she's just no, you know her. She does it with Andy Tate and stuff. But she's very pro Andrew Tate and stuff. But she was like, "Oh, you girls want a guy over six foot? There's only 15% in the world. 15%. You want them to be good looking? Half that, 7.5%. You want them to have money? Half that." That's where we come trumped. But yeah, like it's hard to live by women's standards.
This poor fella can't eat a fucking burger.
There was a win this week from the fella. I don't want to give him shit. I don't know who he is, but he's a genius. A rare win for the fellas. This old man, he was about 80. He met this bird and she was about 40, 45. Good looking. He was an old man, obviously. And they got married. They headed off. They're having a great time. And Gabriel and Christina, I've got it written down, so that must be their names. Gabriel and Christina, hitting it off. They got married. 20 years married, so they were. And then
20 years?
Yeah, 20 years. So it wasn't really a gold digging situation, I don't think. I don't know. But
they got married before he was 80 or when he was 80?
No, must have been pre. It must have been when he was 64
Jesus
and she
Christ.
was about 30. So, or in his 20s. So, got to 84 and she divorced him. She's like, fuck this, I'm fed up with it. Divorced him. Only to find out she'd already been divorced. Right after the wedding, they went over to the Dominican Republic because it's the only place in the world you can get a divorce without notifying the other person.
Jeez.
So he went over, had a great honeymoon, but divorced on the honeymoon, came back 20 years later, she divorced him because he knew she was going to be a gold digger at one stage. And BAM! You ain't getting half honey.
I think maybe she deserves some
she
money.
Does, because 20 years.
That's some old guy.
Like, she put in the work. She deserved a better reward.
She deserved something.
But listen, why is she divorced at 84? Or trying to divorce at 84? Why didn't she just wait out? And then maybe on his deathbed, he'd went, fuck it, I feel bad, there's the money. But she played her fucking self.
Yeah, joke's on her.
Joke is on her. Whose turn is it here for the... Is it mine?
It's yours, right.
I actually want to bring up...
I've only got one more I'm going to put on the table.
I'm going to bring up one that I know personally from a mate of mine. I'm not going to name names. I'm not even going to name what kind of job because it involves his job. So I'm going to listen.
Say no more.
Say no more.
I'm busting just to blur out his name. The more you talk,
a really good friend of mine had to go away for work for several months, 3 months maybe, and he was over in a different country, didn't really speak the language, didn't know anyone over there, and he just recently finished a relationship with a girlfriend. He was going with her for like about 3 or 4 years, and he just recently broke up with her. He was loving life, happiest he'd ever been, 100% of the right decision. He went over to wherever he was working, and he was so bored there. He couldn't communicate to anyone. It wasn't back in the day when you could like FaceTime anyone all the time. I mean, so he was lonely, and he went, "Fuck me, what am I going to do? I'm bored of bollocks, and I'm here for 3 months." So he said, "Fuck it, I'll start texting my ex again and get back." So he got back with his ex, texting away like fuck, creating a bit of banter while he's away because he was so bored. He was loving life, and then I got the last few weeks of his work trip. And he realised what the fuck he'd just done. He went, "What the fuck am I going to do?" So he was like, "I can't go back there. I cannot go back to that relationship. I fucking hate it. I need to do something drastic. Because if I say I want to end it, she's just going to say, fuck you. We're staying," because she was that kind of person. Very, like, she wouldn't let him do anything, basically. And it was probably the most genius plan I've ever heard of in my fucking life. So he had 2 phones, one for work,
one for the
and one
plug
for
and one for the host.
He had one for work and he had one for normal day-to-day life, and she didn't have his work phone number because why would she? So he decided he had pictures of him going with other people. Well, they broke up for about 6 months, and he'd been going with other people, and there'd been pictures on nights out of him going with people, his mates that took for a laugh. So he had all these pictures of him going with people, and he said, "Fuck it," and he sent them to his girl. He sent all these pictures to his girlfriend, from his work phone, of him going with all people and saying, "Look, I know your boyfriend."
Was he going with people while he was out in France working? Oh, it's awful.
I don't know, but you made me lose my train of thought. For fuck's sake. But
so he was sending the pictures of
he sent all the pictures of his work phone of him going with all people, and then he wrote, "Look, I know you're back your boyfriend, but I want to let you know, while you were going with him, not while you were single, while you were going with him, he was going with everybody, and here's all the pictures, here's all the proof." It was called Operation Self-Sabotage, and she texted my mate and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" It was a great plan. He's like, "Oh fuck, I'll hold my hands up. I was cheating on you all the time." And she said, "Fuck you," deleted his number, and then he could go home in peace. I loved it. It was a fucking genius move.
I don't know if you should be applauding them kind of
was,
behaviours.
It was smart. He didn't want to get back to the bird, so fuck it.
Why didn't he not just stand up like a man and say, "Do you know what it is? I don't want to be with you anymore."
He's
this is all craziness. It would have been a whole lot easier to say, "Look, I don't want to be with you anymore."
He's a drastic guy.
I don't like you.
I think he doesn't like confrontation, this guy, and he doesn't like
that is a recipe for further confrontation.
I don't think it is. I think that's just a ghost, fuck you, and then I'm away. No, I don't know. I thought it was a great move, to be honest. But
have you got another one?
Yeah, I've got one more.
Right, go ahead.
It's just a weird one. I don't. No, yeah, it's a funny one, really. So I had
laughing before I even heard. But
I had a girlfriend drop me because, I'm sorry for people in UK and stuff. Drop means dump. Or drop is universal.
Drop,
is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway,
broke up.
Had my girlfriend dump me because I sniffed cocaine.
Don't change your language for anybody else. They're here
okay.
for us.
Okay. Had a girl.
That's in Brits.
You know.
Listen, Sean's
getting us cancelled.
Leave politics out again.
No, I had a girlfriend that dropped me because I sniffed cocaine from time to time. Not loads, just on a night out every few weeks. And she ended it with me saying it was disgusting and I was a tramp. But turns out she was secretly really seeing my best mate, who she's now married to, and is massively into coke herself.
So that was me. I was going with Trina.
No, do you know what?
That is wild.
It sounds like
She was doing admiration, sabotage herself.
Yeah, she does the bullet, or he does the bullet. Sorry, because
That's crazy behaviours.
fuck that shit. Are you still whoever sent this? Are you still mates with the person?
You
or
couldn't be.
Couldn't be.
You
Or are
couldn't
you
be.
mates with? You don't give a fuck. Maybe you don't give a fuck.
If you have any respect for yourself, you couldn't be friends with him ever again. Every time you seen him, you'd be smacking him. Even if he can beat you, they have to get one in. Because that's wild.
Hello.
So my last one is another one. This is just shows you the typical close-mindedness of local women. Well, this is from Lindsay. Lindsay said this was when she was a kid. When she was 16, she was going with this fella, and she seen him getting in the front of a black taxi. It wasn't being in a taxi that annoyed her because none of them could drive, but it was the fact that he sat in the front.
What?
He sat in the front.
Read that again.
When she was
Right.
6, go ahead.
I sort of get what you're saying. So they were both getting in a black taxi.
No, he was in. She just seen him in it. But what I took from it,
Right.
she seen him. He was in the front of a black taxi
But
instead of like getting in the back.
that's the black taxis go up and down the road,
Yeah,
and he got in the front instead of the back,
yeah.
and she dropped him because of that. Well, she's fucking nuts.
Gave her the ick.
How can that give you an ick?
I don't know.
Hello. Personally, I would always go to the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
100%. You're going anywhere but the back. Freaks go in the front. Do you go in the front?
Aye.
You'd go in the front.
There's no way I get in the front.
You didn't have
because
to talk to people?
I don't always get in the front. That's why I get in the front, so I don't have to talk to randomers in the
What?
back.
Nobody talks in the
No
back.
one in the back talks. Everyone looks at each other and goes, everyone's got a mutual last night.
I haven't got a black taxi in a way, like, but I remember
You know?
getting in the back and feeling uncomfortable because no one was talking. It's like, well, then you're just sitting staring
So,
at the window.
I love that.
But at least if you're in the front, taxi man, well, kid, what's a card?
No, hate
Big
it.
man.
No.
What do you
No,
get?
Or if
That's
people,
not mean.
if people did talk in the back, they used to get some gossip. There's some serious gossip getting released, and you're like, "Fuck."
And I'll just say, them
know,
people
it's-
who's on the phone, like, I'm telling you now. And you're just sitting,
As we done it, we got in the front of that taxi.
you stay all the way in the way to the town, only going down the road. You're sitting there waiting until she gets in to get the whole story. You have to get a taxi back up. She missed your stop.
I used to do wild moves like when I was younger. I had no money to go into town. I used to jump in black taxis because you had to pay after. Like on buses, obviously you had to pay straight away. Black taxi, I just used to jump in, and then once it got to me stop, mate, I have no money.
That's great.
But here, I went up every single time. It's alright, kid, go ahead. It's only fucking.
You got a reputation with all the drivers.
I know.
Here's Ray McKenna.
I was scared.
He's not money. Give him a lift.
Fuck's sake. But
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
See if that was me. See if that was my childhood. Tom would be fucking ripped me to shreds right there.
You be doing it when you have money in your pocket.
I don't do it.
I didn't have it.
I've never done that in my life.
So I had to get a taxi. I had to get somewhere.
Where were you going? Where do you need to get a taxi from? You lived in fucking Anley Town where everything is.
Town.
Walking distance.
I know. But there we go. That was it.
You're just a leap.
Yeah.
The town.
X. There's a lot of talking on X today. I'm going to throw out a few turn-offs that I have.
Okay.
The word ick, I've already said. But you know what I really hate? And I've noticed it recently. See any girl that knows every bouncer? That's a big
giveaway.
That's a red flag straight off a bat. You're like, right, you either you know every fuck, you're either club hopping like fuck, or
Club having.
yeah, you fivers out.
You know that? Truth be told,
You don't know.
I've been with the same girl
You have.
my whole life, so
You hate feet.
I hate feet, but I have like a weird thing where I hate feet so much
Did you stare
that I
at feet?
stare at them.
Like he always sends me
To
these
look at
pictures
them, be like,
of people's feet and goes, look at his feet, look at her feet, stinking. I'm
I
like,
don't
why are you
know.
fucking looking at it then? Just don't look.
I think people might think I'm cheeky or something. If I meet people and I'm talking to them, they might think I'm looking them up and down, but really I just
What is he repeat?
And my brain's going, don't look.
The fuck that. But if any of you have any similar stories like
X
that,
that McKenna hits.
not X,
Okay.
turn-offs. If you have turn-off, but if you've been dropped, any kind of similar stories, let us know. But do keep your eye on the social media, because
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
will
be
every
putting the
Thursday
questions
and Friday we're going to put up questionnaires. They're all anonymous questionnaires. I'll not be able to see who it is. We're going to be asking these kind of subjects and talking about them.
And you know, social media is a great thing for us to interact and engage with the audience. I noticed since the live show, the big social media discussion has been the McKenna dress up, the McKenna outfit, the fashion.
I've started a trend. I've seen people are starting to rock it.
Everyone talks about it.
There's a fella in Ulster Sports Club last night rocking them.
Was there? It's very cool.
Was there? They're starting a trend.
But listen, let's get into smack, blank, and avoid.
No, bad dragon claw.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You said you're the better person for this.
Right. So the first. What do you call your man from Belfast Giants? He was up top.
Oh, fighter.
Alan Keefe.
Huh?
I don't know. He was
Manager?
up. He's from Nashville.
Seems like it could be cool.
Is that Alan Keefe?
I can't remember his name.
I just forget about him.
Well, him anyway. Belfast Giants captain. Jimmy Nesbitt. Or Reed Dahy.
Fuck's sake. Banna Dahi, we drink. We Dragon Claw for Dahi. No, Dahi's getting the Dragon Claw, obviously. He just broke a law. So he can break another law and drink
any law. You want to get the keys to the city?
He doesn't give a shit. He can do anything he wants. Drink. So Dragon Claw, Dahi.
No, I'd say we'll take Dahy out of it. He's too young to even drink. But we'll get Dahy.
By Dahi, Capri Sun.
A Dragon Claw Cola.
Dragon Claw Cola for Dahi. And then blanking.
Which is great, by the way, the Dragon Claw Colas.
It actually is. Well, do you know what? Actually, Jimmy deserves a Dragon Claw. Maybe. No, this is hard to die, you know.
No.
Smack Dahi. Only joking. Listen, he's smacking every other boxer. So you'll get a wee job, wee loose job, Dahi, even though you're a legend. But you hit my mate Paddy Barnes, you dropped him, so Dahi, I'm after you. And the band Dragon Claw for Jimmy Nesbitt, because he's my new hero. Big fan of him. And then blanking the person I don't even know. Clearly.
Yeah.
So that's it. Listen, thank you for tuning in. People that are on the podcast or Patreon, get on it now, because we're doing pranks of all the people that you've mailed us to do. And subscribe, like, share, tell everyone about Whiskey and Wait. Thanks for tuning in.
Also, get on the website, get the merch, the t-shirt, Whiskey and
We'll
Wait.
be flying about the night. You'll be out the night. We'll be flying about the night.
Doing a couple of drop-offs. Alright, folks, so thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, like, all that.
Yep.
Peace.
Thanks.